Play you a clip from the moment that he was convicted, because you were all, most of the family were there. I want to see what you were all feeling in that moment. Watch this.
We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Conrad Robert Murray, guilty of the crime of involuntary manslaughter.
In that moment, what did you all feel?
What I was feeling, I felt the same, because this is just a process we're going through. There's a lot of questions that the family had before this trial started, and we were hoping to get answers. There's still a lot of answers, questions that needs to be answered.
I mean, the key thing, Jermaine, I think, if I can just throw something at you, which I think is really, really fascinating that came out today. One of the jurors went public and said there were 3 reasons that they convicted him unanimously, as he said, all 12. One was his failure to call 911 immediately. Second, his failure to have backup medical equipment. And thirdly, for leaving the room. She said that the combination of these things almost certainly meant that Michael died when he could have been saved. Now, that's a pretty dramatic thing for a juror to say. I mean, that's directly saying his actions killed Michael.
So why are they interested in hearing what he has to say in a documentary? I'm just vivid because I can't believe that while we were going home during the trial, he was filming a documentary, and it had to be for money. But I think the jurors are right. They made the right decision. His negligence, his inability to take care of my brother. But at the same time, he's the finger to a bigger hand. And there are a lot of questions that we need answers to.
There were two things that happened in the trial, which I would imagine, from the family's point of view, were deeply distressing. One was the issuing of the photograph of Michael after he died. How did you react to that when you knew that was happening?
I felt for my mother. I felt for my mother because to see her son dead on the bed, I thought it was crazy to even show these photos. What was he thinking to tape Michael during the time when he was sedated? And for people to think he's an addict because of the way he's talking, Michael was sedated. And still, he's thinking about children, building a children's hospital. And for those who had questions whether he was this child molester, which is so ridiculously to think that, his intentions were to take care of children.
You mentioned the recordings. I sort of play a little bit of that recording because it was very shocking. I mean, to me, to his fans, to the family, to hear Michael like this.
Pierce, that's someone who's sedated. To play this, I don't know whether it was the prosecution's decision to play this, but what came out of this is to show his feelings for children.
Had you ever heard Michael like
Never heard him
Had any of the family ever heard
Never,
him?
ever,
Because I was so shocked when I heard this.
What was his intentions to tape this?
Well, what do you think
was he going to do? He's probably going to use it.
Why would anyone tape him like that?
Because he's a liar. Why? Look at what he's done.
Well, Jermaine, I wish you all the very best, you and your family. It must have been an incredibly difficult few weeks for you. And I'm just glad that you got some kind of justice, even if you feel probably not enough.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Jermaine.